Hey, Pallavi, how are you? Thank you for spending time with me.
Hi, John. It's great to be talking to you. It's my pleasure, totally, completely.
Oh, yeah. So there's a time difference, so good morning to you.
Yeah, and good evening to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so it's about 10 minutes after 9 p.m. for me. For you, what time is
Yeah,
it?
40 minutes to 6. It's
14 minutes to
6:40
6,
a.m.
6:40
40
a.m.
minutes past
40
6:40
minutes
a.m.
past 6:40 a.m. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna jump into this interview so you can get your day started. You said
Thank
on
you.
Instagram that you were unhealthy and you were out of shape until about 2 years ago, and you made a change in your lifestyle. So I know that getting motivated is very important, and you talked about what your motivations were on Instagram. But what specific things did you do to get started? Because you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a busy medical professional. What specific things did you have to do to be able to get that lifestyle change started, especially in the beginning?
Okay, so to be more precise, it did not start 2 years back. It was back 10 years back when my daughter was born.
Okay.
That was the time when I was completely out of shape. I was 85 kgs. And
Okay.
that's when I realized that, yes, I need to just shed a few kilos so that, it was more important for me to love myself first. Only then I could concentrate on my daughter, my family, my work, because those days I was building up my career also, and then looking after daughter family was way too much. Yeah. So yeah, I started doing anything and everything that I could. It started with aerobics, I started gymming, I started walking, running, whatever possible. So only 2 years back is when I realized that my body is capable of much more. Before
Hmm.
that, I was only into, like, just work out, just so that I can eat anything that I want. So
Okay.
2 years back, I realized no, diet has a very important role to play, and I could see where my strength is going, and I was actually into weight training and gymming. So I thought, why not take it to the next level?
Okay.
And if we talk about motivation, it came from the people around, I would say, and things were happening in life, and there are certain things which change your life, not specifically anything, but then yes, I thought, let me take it to the next level. My only motive there was I wanted to wear a crop top all my life. And
Okay.
I did not wear one. Initially, during my school days, I was always busy studying, and I've been studying all through. I got married when I was doing my post graduation, then my daughter was born, so never actually got the time. So 2 years back, yes, I wanted to fit into size S. That was my
Okay.
only motive that time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So sometimes, all right, so people get motivated and then they're like, I'm going to change my life. So, like, for example, I'll tell you, so my wife, one of the things that she does to help her with staying on schedule is she puts her workout clothes, even though we work out here in the house, so she doesn't have to go anywhere. She puts her workout clothes in the bathroom, and she closes the toilet and puts the workout clothes on the toilet, right? So when she
Yeah.
walks in there, it's right there. Her shoes and everything is right there.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have to go look for it, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's just
I
one thing that
understand.
helps her be, that helps her stay, that helps her stay on track. It's like it just,
Yeah.
she takes as many distractions out of the
Yes.
way, obstacles out of the way.
Yeah.
So what is one thing that you do to kind of help you with like a mechanical thing? If I do this, it helps me stay on track. What do you do?
It's in my mind. I have to do it. I have to do it. Now for me, because with no gym, we are working at home only. We'll come back to that, of course, later. But then for me, it's like, the gains that I have, that I got in the gym, I don't want to lose them, is one thing.
Okay.
My motive now is that. And plus, I want to take it up as a challenge that, home can be as good or better probably than the gym.
Right.
So yeah, and my
Okay.
motivation, it comes from wearing some nice, gym gear.
Right. Ah,
Yeah.
so you got like your gym clothes and you say, "Oh, I want to put this on
Yes.
tomorrow." And
Yes.
that makes sense. All right. All right. Okay. So I like how creative you are with just ordinary stuff, especially since now
Thank
you
you.
are working out at home.
Yes.
I saw you do slow side kicks with a ball balanced on your ankle. And then
Yeah.
I like how you did that. It was almost like crow pose almost, but you did a
Yeah.
modified plank on the tire. And I know because
Yeah.
I do martial arts, and so we do. There's a drill we do where we do squats on the tire, and
Oh
so I
yeah.
know how hard it is to do something like that with a tire.
Yeah.
So just seeing you balanced on the tire like that was insane. How did you start creating? I know that you said the home workout sparked your creativity, and when you were in the public gym, it's all about weights. But how did you start
Yes.
creating the workouts? You just kind of sit there and say, what's going to be hard, and then you try it, or
Yeah.
how do you get your
Yeah.
ideas for workouts?
Yeah. So, yeah, great. It's great to talk about this actually. Like, they say necessity is the mother of innovation. So it came out like that. So, it was only during lockdown. If you believe me or no, it was only since I think Feb or March, we've been into lockdown. Only then I started doing yoga. I started exploring the flexible part of mine, or the strength, the body weight part of mine also. So
Okay.
for me, home workouts, they have to be fun. Fun in the sense something that I enjoy doing. For
Right.
me, just lifting will bore me.
Okay.
So I want to just add up and, show it to people that, there are many ways in which you can have fun.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that's how it all started. And plus, if we talk about how I think about it, anything motivates me in the sense my terrace, you've seen me working on my
Yeah.
terrace most of the times. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's one part of my house that I never visited was one thing, and I never liked
Oh.
was the second thing. Now, I
Okay.
think that's the most adorable place in my house that I, have.
Okay.
So when I go there, it's the birds chirping around, the sun probably, and my gadgets which are there that probably motivate me and tells me that yes, I have to go on.
Okay.
And of course, I do my homework as well, in the sense I plan a night prior. I go through whatever pose that I have to be in, whatever posture I have to make. I make sure that I do a little homework about it, in the sense I go through a few YouTube videos, I go to my Instagram, people doing stuff. So it just gives me those ideas. Yeah. And I always try and test them first before I,
Oh yeah.
put them on the social media. It's not like any other stunt, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is. I do only things which are safe and,
Okay.
which are challenging at the same time. Yeah.
So it sounds to me then that you start with um, so let's say with the pistol, you did a pistol on standing on a weight plate. Okay.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
sounds to me like what you do then is you start out doing the pistol just on the ground, on the flat ground.
Yes.
You practice
Yes.
doing that for a while. And then when
Yes.
becomes easy, then you say, okay, well, I wonder if I could do
Yes.
it on this. Can I do it on a dumbbell?
Yes.
Can I do it on the weight? Is that how it
Yeah.
works for you? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. It's like exploring my strengths, what more my
Oh,
body is
wow.
capable of.
Okay. Wow. I love which of that you said exploring my strength. That's beautiful. Yeah, I love that. So I mean, I had to say that it has to be that kind of progression because, like, I watched the video where you were sitting down, jumping over,
Yeah.
like spinning the rope, and you jumped over the rope
Yeah.
using just your glutes, right? So, how long did it take you? I can't even imagine what the progression was for that. So, how long did it take you, and what exercises did you have to do to get to the point where you could jump over a rope using just
Yeah.
your butt? All
Yeah.
right. How did you do it? I don't even understand that.
Okay, so I'll tell you about this. I saw a video on Instagram. It was like 2 weeks, 3 weeks back. They were jumping on their butt, with the rope. And skipping rope is something that, if you ask me, I don't like skipping at all. I would
Yeah.
find a way to use a rope in a different way rather than, using it as a skipping rope. You would barely find any video of mine on my Instagram handle, doing a skip.
Right.
So this one was really interesting to me. So for this,
Yeah.
I first started with the butt jumps without the rope, of course.
Okay.
I went through a few YouTube videos, a few tutorials, tried myself, and I was doing this for I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks now. So I pick up a thing that, this is my target, and I make sure that I'm consistent with it till the time
Okay.
I actually get into it. So now my thing would be like, it was a slow one. Now I want to, kind of increase my speed on that.
Okay.
So yeah,
So, but what do you
actually.
even search for to, I don't even know, I wouldn't even know what to search for to learn how to jump using just my behind. So
Uh,
what did you put in the search engine? I mean, butt
butt
jumps? I mean,
jump.
butt jumps.
Yes,
Wow. Okay. Well,
yes.
all right then. I guess
Try
that's
doing
pretty
it. You
simple.
can find it.
That's hilarious. Uh, so I do like how much fun you look like you're having in your training. 'Cause I do think
Yeah,
that too many people, way too many people, especially when they're new to training at home, they think that training needs to be like a constant grind. And
yeah,
I know that some of that comes from powerlifting, some of that
yeah,
comes from CrossFit. You know, they
yeah.
say things like, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done. And
Done.
I know that
True,
training is hard. I get that. But
true.
then these people burn out because they don't keep it fun, you know.
Yeah,
They'll either burn out and they quit completely, or they feel like they
yeah,
need to, they need to sell their equipment and they start
yeah.
working out in a public gym because they're
True,
depending on other people to keep them motivated.
true.
So for you, you're able to keep an element of play, and I think that that's going to contribute to you having longevity. How
Yeah.
do you keep the element of play in your training while still saying, I want to make progress?
I mentioned sometimes back the same thing, in the sense I want to keep my home workouts to be more fun. Like you said it already, in the sense when we are just lifting and doing the regular stuff,
Yeah,
it kind of gets to you and it gets really monotonous. Back in the gym, what happens is you see people around, maybe you get motivated that you have to lift maybe a little more, but
right.
at home, it's like there are so many things if we look around with which we can play, we can make it more fun rather than just lifting a plate. It's actually amazing for me as well to see what all I can do just with a weighted plate,
Mm,
just balancing on it. And then there are so much more. Even I try to improvise whatever machinery that I had used in the gym. I try to do it with the home equipment. I have put a few videos in my before posts, where I actually have shown that this was done with lat pull probably, and how we can improvise it without having the lat pull machine.
okay,
So yeah, it keeps me going.
okay,
It doesn't make me feel bored, that, oh, okay, I'm bored now, I don't want to do this, let me pick up something else.
okay.
It's like that.
That's important too because I know that I did an interview with Manpreet Ahuja. He
Yeah,
works out on his rooftop as well, and he was
yeah,
telling me that you guys, the way that quarantine works for you, is
yeah.
that you are not able to transport equipment from one state to another because it's a
Yes,
restriction, right? So
yes,
I would assume that it's very important to be able to improvise because you
of
just can't get
course.
things. Is that what you are
Def-
finding? Or are you able to get your equipment? No problem.
No, it's not a problem anymore now, because everything is open now, and thanks to Amazon, everything and anything is available on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not a problem anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, but there's much more that we can do. I've ordered a few equipments from Amazon, which I keep using, and also I post videos on it. So yeah.
Okay. There are some Indian companies that sell equipment. Do you have any experience with them?
Not really.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
really. Yeah, they're
I was
like
just
okay.
curious about what I know you can get anything from Amazon, as you said, but I was just curious about how readily available the stuff that's made in India is compared to having something shipped from outside of India, you know? Um, just wanted to know what that, but if you don't know, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Uh, yeah. I think we get anything and everything here, made in India, and we get, but yeah, we get
Okay.
everything here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you mentioned safety a little bit earlier, and I think
Yes.
the two reasons that I think that people keep, they don't do anything, they don't experiment in training is because
Yes.
number one, they think that any move that is a little unorthodox
Yeah.
is unsafe,
Yeah. Yeah.
or they think that, okay, if I do this other thing over here, it's not going to make my deadlift go up or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I want to be able to do a kettlebell snatch. So if I do this other thing over here, that's not going to make my snatching improve.
True.
So you said that your primary goal is, you want to explore your strength, and
Yes.
and you're definitely trying to keep training fun. Did that worry you in the beginning though? You like, okay, well, if I start doing, because I mean, you do squats, you do all these other things as well. Did you start getting worried like, well, if I do these other lifts, these other exercises, they might be fun, but then I will lose strength in things like the squats. Did that ever worry you?
See, I would like to tell you here, there are people have been trolled a lot on my videos as well. People, they've been telling me that your workouts are fancy, you know. So these
Okay.
fancy workouts, they won't work.
Right.
Simple is the best is what I got trolled for a lot many times. You know, I still get
Okay.
DMs about all these things. But
Okay.
then my point here is if I'm doing a pistol on a normal surface, will that be more challenging? Or if I'm doing it over a plate, what would need more strength?
Right.
You know,
Okay.
you are into workouts, you know it pretty
Yeah.
well, you know. It's
Yeah.
just adding up a level of difficulty. If I'm you know, that is my comfort zone now. I'm standing on the
Mm.
ground, I'm doing a pistol squat, I can do it with a barbell, I can do it with my you know, 10 kg weight also. So that's
Right.
like a comfort zone for me. I want to come out of my comfort zone, like I already
Beautiful.
spoke to you about. I want to explore my strengths and probably work on my weakness too.
Okay.
You know, that's my only thing. So I want to
So
go a step further.
yeah. So there's someone that I think you will enjoy following. He's a friend of mine. His name is Bud Jeffries.
Bert
And I will,
Jeffries.
Bud
Okay.
Jeffries, I'll DM his Instagram
Yes,
to you,
do that.
but I will also, for the benefit of everyone watching this, I will put Bud's Instagram handle in the description for this video, because the thing
Right,
with Bud
right.
is he's one of those people Bud is very, very strong. Okay,
Yeah.
very, very strong. And what I mean by very strong is he can bend steel,
Oh,
because
wow.
he
I'm
gets
loving
paid.
him already.
Yeah, he's a performing strongman, so he has to go to
Yeah.
places and he'll do demonstrations,
Oh,
and people
nice.
pay because he's doing these demonstrations. So he's not just like lifting weights in the gym, whatever. He works out in his backyard.
Oh,
Um,
great.
so there's videos of him like dragging a truck while,
Oh,
with his
lovely.
head, So Bud is very, very strong. But at the same time, he can do a one-arm handstand and take a
Yeah.
kettlebell and hold it out.
Oh my
So
God.
he's
That's
upside down,
awesome.
does a split,
Just
and then
played.
holds his arm out with holding a kettlebell.
Ah, nice.
And he said to me, there are a million different ways to get strong. We need to not limit ourselves to just the one or
Definitely.
two ways that are the most popular right now. And
Yes,
so I thought so
true.
yeah, you would love following him. He's a good
Yes,
guy.
I'm sure. You know why follow the league? You must stand out. So that's
Yeah.
my only thing.
You can't lead if you're following. All right. So,
Yes.
all right. Um, so one thing I noticed when I was watching you, you were in a headstand, is your right side seems to be stronger than your left side. All right, because I
Yes.
saw that you were kind of tilted. Okay, and it was just the easiest. I had never noticed it before, but you were in a
Yeah.
headstand, so I said, "Oh, you were leaning a little bit to your left." Did you have an injury on that side, or is it just that one side is dominant?
Yeah, one side is dominant, no injury as such, but
Okay,
it's just that I'm working on my left side as well. If you see me doing a pistol also, I always do it on my right leg.
okay, okay,
And I do it on my left also, but then yeah, right is more comfortable to me compared to my left side. So right is more dominant. But yeah,
okay,
of course, I'm working on my left side as well. I want both to
okay,
work equal.
okay.
Yeah.
So the right side, no, the left side is for training. The right side is for Instagram. Is that what it
You got me.
is?
But
Okay,
that's quite an observation, I would say.
okay. Well, I mean, I see a lot of different things, so I'm always like, I try to pay
Yeah,
attention, because one of the things
yeah,
I hate, like when I'm interviewing somebody, is I don't want to just ask you random,
yeah.
generic
That's
questions
a
or
great
whatever.
thing.
So
Like I
I like
said,
to get
yeah.
to know about you. Because I want our
Homework is
viewers to see
important.
you and get to know you. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So
So
you
homework
mentioned
is important. Sorry.
exactly. You have to research. And okay, this is just a side note, but I remember I was interviewed by someone and they asked me a question, and I could immediately tell when they asked me the question that they had never looked at our Instagram, they had never looked at our
Yeah,
website, they never looked at our
true,
YouTube, because
true.
otherwise they would know the answer. And I was
Exactly.
like, why would you ask? In my head, I answered them, but in my
Yeah.
head, I was like, why would you
Yeah.
do that? You're just like, you're wasting my
Uh,
time asking me that. You know what I mean? So I try not to do that to other people.
True.
Um, so you were talking about your diet. You said that initially you were working out so that you could, pretty much eat what
Eat
you want.
anything.
But now you've kind of made your diet stricter. So I'm very interested in that because obviously the diet in India is different than the food that we eat here in America.
Yes,
So tell
true.
me, what is first of all, is it difficult for you to add muscle?
Um, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean,
in
I
the
can see your
sense,
arms like right now. I'm looking at you. I can see the muscle definition in your arms and your shoulders and stuff. So I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
she's like, you don't have to start flexing. Okay, that's not necessary. I was just
I'm
pointing out.
not
I can
doing
see
it.
it. So I'm just saying I can see it. So what I'm saying is, like, I know that food plays a role in people being able to add muscle. Like one of my sons has a really hard time adding muscle, and so he has to
Yeah.
eat a lot more. So do you have that trouble, or is it pretty easy for you to put on muscle?
I won't say it is easy for me to put on the muscle, but yeah, it's just like I said before also, I want to just sustain it in the
Okay.
sense that it's only the diet. In the diet also, if you ask me, I'm not too much into cal count. I'm not too
Okay.
much into, eat this, don't eat this, and cal deficit, or probably, all those fat diets and crash diets. If you ask me, one, I don't have much time. Once I'm done with the workout in the morning, the entire day I'm on my toes, working on
Right.
patients, and all those stuff is going on. But then yeah, I make sure that I keep my protein intake a little better, in the sense it basically comes from my plants.
Okay.
I'm more into plant-based protein, though I'm
Okay.
a non-vegetarian, but then yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I keep a check on that. I mean,
Okay.
no, yeah, no junk and all. I don't like it also. No sugar. So all those basic things. I'm not too much into, very strict diet, I would say.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you to keep your protein high, do you take protein shakes to supplement,
No,
or is it all just solid food?
no, it's just the food.
Okay.
I like
All right.
soya milk. Yeah. So I take
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Not, yeah.
So tell me what a typical day of eating looks like for you. You can name the
Typical,
foods as, yeah, like typical, like, okay, so, because you train every day, or do you train 5 days
yes.
a week? Okay, so you train
No,
every day.
mostly, yes.
Okay. So then do you eat before training, or do you train fasted and then eat afterwards?
No, like I said already, I work out early mornings. So eating anything early morning isn't possible. So my
Okay.
only pre-workout is my coffee shots.
Okay.
So I think I'm addicted to coffee, and I
Oh,
cannot
wow.
work out without my coffee shots.
All right, so you
Yeah.
work out and then you'll
Yes.
have like a meal like within
Yeah.
like an hour of that. Okay.
Yes.
Do you
So
try
I
to eat
generally,
like, go ahead.
sorry. Tell
No,
me,
no, no,
tell
go
me.
ahead.
Okay, so post workout, it's mostly I like to have a smoothie kind of a thing, which
Okay.
will include my proteins, it will include carbs, it will include fats, all three, so
Okay.
that my muscle recovery is there.
Okay.
I get, yes.
All right. So
So
then
yeah,
how many meals do you try to get in every day?
I eat 5 to 6 meals in a day.
Okay. Okay.
Three
That keeps your
main
metabolism.
meals,
That makes sense. Okay.
yes. So
Okay.
yeah, three main meals and, 2 or 3 mini meals, let's say.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Keeps
Yeah,
your I can see that that's like the traditional bodybuilding approach. It keeps your
yeah,
metabolism high. Okay, that makes
yes,
sense.
yeah.
Um, So I remember we were talking through direct message, and you DM me that the trainers that you saw, even when you were in a public gym, weren't as knowledgeable as you'd like. But
Yeah.
do you have anyone who helps you out with your nutrition, or do you do everything yourself?
No, I'm doing everything myself.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, back in the gym also, I used to, like I said, I used to do a little bit of homework. Whatever muscle part I have to train, I would read about it. I will check all the exercises. Like I said, in the gym also, I get bored with the routine, in the sense
Hmm.
Monday chest, Tuesday legs, then back, then shoulders. Even if I'm doing that, I would want to, improvise and do different exercises for the same muscle, and not
Okay.
just doing the same. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I like that you're embracing the process. You're not putting time limits on how long it takes to achieve your goals.
Yes.
How are you able to be patient? Because you're very motivated. So sometimes when somebody's motivated, they're impatient for the results to happen. How do you able to restrain yourself and just let things happen the way that they're supposed to happen?
I think that's called discipline. I will frame it like that,
Okay.
So, this, I think, if you talk about, it's how you see things. In the
Okay.
sense, when we were studying also during my post graduation, I think it came to me from my boss. He used to always say, teach us discipline first, then we went to surgeries.
Okay.
So this is the discipline which has come into me for my life, for my workouts as well.
Okay.
It's very important to be disciplined is one thing. It's very important to be patient is the second thing. Third is, it's very important to be consistent with whatever you are doing. Right.
Okay.
So there are people who ask me, how many days can I, reduce my belly fat? How many days can I? Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
weird. How many days I can shed some 3 kilos or probably 10 kgs. I mean, it's all rubbish. Why I find it rubbish? Because every body is a different body. If
Right.
I take probably 3 days to learn a thing, you might take a month to learn it. Like
Right.
I'm practicing handstand, I think, for months now.
Okay.
So, but it's okay. I'm taking my own time.
Okay.
Let it take its own time. I'm not in a hurry. Yeah, so there are other things that I'm doing besides a handstand. There will be a time when I'll be finally able to do it, but I'm keeping my patience. I know I will someday, but then I'm not in a hurry that, oh, I want to do it right away. I want to do it tomorrow. It's not like that. And I think great things are not achieved by being impatient.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked you that because yeah, I said that you are very motivated, but you also mentioned that you get bored easily. So I'm just like, how are you able to stay consistent and do the things? So you're practicing handstands. How do you keep yourself interested while you're still practicing handstands every day? Or is it that, okay, I'm going to do the handstands, but I'll do these other things to have fun, to keep it fun? Is that how
Yes.
you do it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
then I'm not bored doing one thing also. And then, yes, I'm satisfied that I did something.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like
Okay.
that.
That's
Yeah.
again, that's similar to what again Bud Jeffries told me. He said, I
Yeah.
interviewed him a few years ago, and he just told me all these things that I've been thinking about ever since. He said I have my basic things that I have to do, but I
Yes.
always have at least one thing in the workout that's just for play.
Yes.
So okay,
Yes.
that makes
Yes.
sense.
Yeah.
Um,
That goes with me.
so I would assume that handstands are the thing that's the hardest thing for you to do right now.
Exactly. Yes. That's
Okay,
one thing I'm working on. There's only
okay.
few seconds that I can hold on right now. But then, yes, I'm working on it.
So what's hard about it? Is it that you're falling forward, you're falling backward, you just can't hold yourself up long enough? Like, what makes it hard for
Yeah.
you? Because you have a pretty, well, I wouldn't even say pretty good, for somebody to balance in a pistol on a weight plate. You guys, if
Yeah.
you're watching this, you've got to go to her Instagram and you'll see she's standing on a weight plate. The plate is like this, and she's standing on top of it.
Thank
So
you.
anyone who can do that has good balance. So what is it about the handstand that makes it so difficult for you to get it?
Okay, sorry, but I would like to mention here that plated thing was not planned at all. It was just that I was doing a barbell exercise, and I had just taken off that 10 kg plate. It was just lying like that,
Yeah,
and it just, I thought, okay, let's try.
nice.
So
Okay,
that's how it came out. Yeah.
okay.
But Okay, so if we talk about handstands, okay, like I said, inversions is something that I started doing only during lockdown, which was only
Oh,
in
okay.
Feb or March that I started, not before. Before that, like I said, in the gym, I was only into weight training. Never thought about it at all that I could ever do a handstand or headstand or, the other kind of stands that I do. But I think the only thing that keeps us from doing anything is the fear. So once
Okay.
that fear from the mind is gone, no, that okay, if I fall, what will happen? So that is what helps you more. I know I can stand there, but then there is something keeping me back. No, what if,
Yeah.
that what if holds you back? So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just trying to overcome that fear that
Okay.
okay, nothing will happen, stay there.
Well, I like that you're showing the progression. You show a progression for all of the things that you do. Like
Yes,
with the back bends, you show that you were using a band to help
yes,
you go all the way down to the ground. Do
true.
you do you want people to use your Instagram as like an instructional tool so that they can on their journey?
Okay. So I would like to say here is that I'm not an expert on this. Expert in the sense that I'm not a certified trainer. I would say I'm not a certified nutritionist. But then it's just my experience that I want to share with people. That I have no athletic background. All are
Mm,
doctors in my family, and I never thought ever in my life that I would do something like this. We always blamed our genes that we can never be fit, we will always be fat, will always be flabby, that baby fat will never go. But then yeah, it's just that busting out these myths that it isn't true.
okay.
There is nothing called as genes which is restricting you or hampering your growth. It's just you who have to train. Yeah,
Mm,
so this is what happened with me. So I just want to show it to people that if I can, anybody can do it too. And
nice.
I'm just showing my experiences or telling them my experiences that this I found it easy doing it this way first. Even for the pistol squats, I did it with the band first, and then I shifted to the normal thing. I have shown my progression on pistol also like this. So it helped me. So even if it helps a few, I'll be happy. So
Nice.
that's how I wanted to, yes, that's what I wanted to convey.
All right. Well then, we want to help people. So how can people follow you on social media? Give them your Instagram and anywhere else that they'll be able to contact you if they
Yeah.
have questions. Let's just see if we can get people to follow you and boost your followers on Instagram. So tell them everything.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm available on Instagram as Healthy Inspired Living. And my motive there is to, just like I said already, to inspire people to do stuff, to do crazy stuff. Probably that's how you will realize what your strength is. You will explore what your strength is. And probably it will also give you an edge to see what your weakness is. Only if you know this is your weakness, you come out of your comfort zone, you'll be able to work on it, is my point. Yeah. So I'm only available on Instagram. So you can follow me, check me out there, and DM me for anything that you would want me to, tell you or help you with. I'll be too glad to help.
Hope you guys enjoyed meeting Palvi as much as I did. It's really important to me to bring more exposure to home gym owners from India, so I was really glad to be able to talk to her. If you'd like to support what we're doing with this channel, click right there to shop our merch store, get some cool home gym merch, or if you just like to watch some more inspiring videos, click right there. See you next time.